He likes to make fun of people, but when people make fun of him, he's just gonna get one step further.
No, I'm not that kind of a guy.
Yes, you are.
I'm not either. Look at a halo on top. Look at a halo on top of my head. Do I look like that kind of a person?
Yes.
What is up today, guys? Alrighty, let's just get into this. This is my full sale experience for month 6 for me, which was the class Project and Portfolio 1. I've said this in every video. It's month 6 for me. It's likely going to be month 8 for you maybe, because I had some prerequisite classes done. It's likely month 8. Could be 9, could be 7, could be 6 like me. It might be your month 4. Maybe you had all prerequisites done. But for me, it's month 6, and the class is Project and Portfolio 1. Got my computer here with notes that I took about this class, and we're just gonna get into this. Let me see, what order am I gonna talk about these in? I'll talk about the assignments, and then I'll talk about some general notes of the class, talk about the teacher just a little bit, and then there was also a second class you took this month. That's exciting. I'll talk about that for just a little bit. Then I'll give you guys some important information for the future. So, let's get into this. I think I said I was talking about assignments first, so let's talk about some assignments. You had 7 assignments for the whole month. Just like every class, one of your assignments is going to be professionalism, so you kind of really only had 6. They're all just milestones, you know what I mean? In the overall month, you're just doing one project. Just one, that's it. They're gonna give you a bunch of pictures from Pinterest, and you have to take one of those pictures, and that's your scene that you're gonna be modeling throughout the entire month. Whereas in past classes like MCR, you would, I don't know, model 3 assets in a week. You would have to build it, bevel it, UV it, and then the 4th week of MCR, you had to do a normal map or just texture it in some way. In this class, you do that throughout the entire month. What you did in MCR in 1 week, and you stretch that out into a month in Project and Portfolio 1. So it's a lot easier on you, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say this class is easy by any means, but it's easier on you. There were still nights where I had to stay up all night, I think at least 2 times this month. Yeah, and there was even one day that I had to call off work. I called off an 8-hour shift because I needed those 8 hours to do my homework to get it done on time. I was like, guys, I need the day off. I just puked all over my bathroom. I'm really sick. And they're like, okay. Karma, the next week I really did get sick, but I couldn't call off because then I'd be on some sort of probation. So that's cool. Don't lie to your place of employment, because then you're gonna get karma. Sometimes you just gotta call off to make time for your homework. That's just it. Other times you have to stay up all night to make time for your homework. That's just it too. Okay, so about these Pinterest images that they give you. There are 3 levels, you could say. There's a beginner level, intermediate, and advanced. They're like, if you got this grade in MCR and Foundations of Art 1 and what was the other one? 3DF. If you got this kind of grade in those classes, choose from this folder. This, you know, like that. I fit into the advanced folder, but I knew I wasn't gonna have enough time because this month, very into May and throughout June, I had graduation stuff to do for my brother. I had a 50th anniversary video to make for my grandparents. What else was there? There was a whole bunch. There was my 20th birthday. Just a whole bunch of stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna choose beginner. According to the grades, I don't fit into that category, but I'm gonna do that because time. So that's what I did. Right here is the picture that I chose to do. It's a desk kind of scene. I don't know, maybe it's a jeweler's bench. I forget what my uncle said it was, but he said it was something, and like he looked at it and he knew right away what kind of desk it was, bench, whatever. So like I said, you're working on building whatever scene you choose throughout the entire month. So week 1, you're working on primary forms. That's blocking it out. If there's a leg to your desk or whatever you're doing, take a cube and turn it into a long rectangle. And there's your leg. And that's all you need for week 1. Week 2, secondary forms. You want to get the, you know, right shape of that leg. So if it's got a few little curves in it and make it look fancy, you gotta add those little curves in it. Yeah, just secondary forms. This is where you're gonna be beveling your objects. If you put a circle where you've got some little latches in week 1, in week 2 you're gonna have to put those little latches, just stuff like that. Week 3, that's UVing. UVing is very important if you haven't picked that up by now. It's kind of a big deal. I don't really know how to explain UVing. You're just taking pictures of all sides of your objects, all faces of your objects. You're laying it out flat. It's like taking your cube and laying it out so you see all 6 faces, something like that. And then week 4 is scene finishing. You're correcting anything from weeks 1 through 3. You're adding normal maps if you have time. I went ahead and added normal maps just because I couldn't think of anything else that I needed to do for my scene. I got my feedback and she was like, your topology is off. Secondary and tertiary forms are important, but also good topology and edge flow is important too. So you have to meet in the middle. So she was telling me that throughout the entire month, and I just, for the life of me, I couldn't get what she was talking about. And I'm gonna bring all that up in the teacher notes. That's pretty much the assignment. Throughout the weeks, you're gonna have a punch list that they give you the outline for. It's like, I'll use my scene for example, because that's what I know to talk about. Okay, the desk, it'll take me 20 minutes to build the primary forms for. So put in 20 minutes at an estimated time, and then you time yourself, and then you put in the actual time. And it's just a way so you can, I don't know, learn how fast you model, I guess. And you're gonna do that for all the weeks. Week 1, you're gonna do primary forms. Week 2, you're not only gonna do secondary forms, but you're also gonna do milestone 1 corrections. Week 3, you're gonna do milestone 2 corrections and UVing. And week 4, milestone 3 corrections and normal mapping or whatever it is you decide to do. And then once your scene is all finished in week 4, you're gonna go through and take pictures, I think 9 pictures maybe, of different compositional layouts that you learned in fundamentals of art. Centralized image, negate the edges. You're gonna take 2 rule of third pictures. Dang it, what else was there? Let me look it up real quick. Oh, it would be nice if I actually had information in that folder. Okay, it's in this one. So you're gonna do centralized image, crowd the plane, dynamic filling the plane, negate the edges, rule of thirds 1, rule of thirds 2, a static image, which is just very basic, and then a reference match. So like that desk that I picked, I gotta do a render or just a screenshot of my scene that I made at that same angle or very, very similar to it. So a reference match. And with the reference match, you can see pretty much everything that you got wrong because it'll stand out very, very obviously. If I had to pick a favorite week, I'd say that my favorite week was week 4 because that's when you got to take everything that you had made, put it in the Substance Painter, and create those normal maps. And when you put the normal maps on your stuff, dang it, that stuff is awesome. It looks really cool, and it just makes your scene look professional, you know what I mean? So here are all the pictures I took. Yeah, I mean, I really like it. It looks nice. It looks rocking. I really like this project. I wish I would have had more time to pick a more advanced one, but you know what? I'm an artist. I spend a lot of time at a desk. I spend a lot of time, I don't know, just at a desk. So a desk suits me, you know what I mean? It's got picture frames. I like to draw pictures, boom. It's fitting for me. I like it. Maybe it's not fitting for you. Maybe you'll find one that is, but I really like it. Cool for me. So that was the assignment little chat part of this. So now we're gonna move into some class notes. Basically just the lectures and how the class is set up, kinda. The lectures are not like other lectures in other classes. 3DF, there were 3 lectures a week. They were all like 2 hours long, and it was crazy, right? And then you got into Foundations of Art 1. Maybe it's Fundamentals of Art 1, I don't know. It's one of those, and your lectures were like 2 hours 1 time a week or something like that. MCR about the same, 2 hours 1 time a week. With this one, the very first week, the first lecture was about 1 hour and 40 minutes or so. It wasn't like a teaching lecture. It was like, here's what you can expect throughout the month. And honestly, this class isn't really even a teaching class. It's a test of what you know. It's making something for your portfolio. They also have you start an account on the Feazel 3D Arts forum page or something like that, where you're gonna post your final work from 3DF, Foundations of Art 1, MCR, and you're gonna post all your milestones from this class on that website, and they're gonna look at it, and I think every month you post your finals or something like that. It's just a way for Full Sail to look at your portfolio, see what all you can do, see what all you have done in this program. I think it's really cool. I compiled all my stuff on there, and I was like, I feel like I've done a whole lot more work than just this, than these 5 pictures. But honestly, I'm still a baby in this program right now. We're gonna get some cool stuff in a few months. Okay, so back to the lectures. The first lecture is an hour and 40 minutes. He's around an hour and 40 minutes. He says, here's what's in week 1, here's what's in week 2, week 3, week 4, stuff like that. But then for week 2, your lecture is just the week 2 snippet of that large lecture in week 1. In week 3, it's the week 3 snippet. Week 4, the same thing. So that's kind of all the lectures are. There's not a weekly lecture where you sit down for 2 hours and he teaches you something. It's just not how it is. Now, in the folders for each week, there are like 6 or 7 minute videos of how to use certain tools and things that might help you during this week. Week 4, there was a 65-minute video about normal mapping. I watched it. It was pretty helpful. The only thing is, I think it used ZBrush. We haven't learned anything about ZBrush yet, so it wasn't super helpful, but it was helpful enough to get me going. And then from there, I went and watched a YouTube video about how to do it. That was a lot of words. There was a video in week 1 or 2, like chamfer vertices. That was a pretty helpful one. It's kind of like watching YouTube videos, but picked out like specialized YouTube videos that the guy running the class makes. Because students in the past are like, dang it, show me how to make a hole in an object, that way I don't have to use booleans or something like that. And that's why he made the chamfer vertices video. The lectures aren't lectures, they're just videos about how to use certain tools, if you know what I mean. I really hope I explained that well enough. If not, leave a comment and I will try my best to further explain it. Okay, now I'm gonna get on just a little bit of a teacher assessment thing, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say the name of my professor just because, respect, I guess. But in the second week when we set up our 3D Arts forum page thing, I was having trouble, so I messaged her. That was during the second week. I still haven't heard back. So there's that. And also during the last week when I was having trouble with a normal map thing, I was having a mapping issue, and I messaged her on Friday. I didn't hear back until yesterday, which was Monday. And by that time, the class is already over, and I had already turned all my stuff in. Good thing I did eventually figure it out. I had to rebuild that entire piece. She just didn't get back with me on time very much, or even at all sometimes. I messaged her 3 times throughout the month. One time she got back with me the next day. The other one was that Friday one where she messaged me after the class was over. And then the other one was during week 2, but I still haven't heard back. That's just my quick little teacher assessment. Also, she didn't give great feedback when it came to turning in the milestone. She's like, fix your topology. And I'm like, on what? You didn't tell me what needed fixing on my topology. I guess that might be like a bit of a training thing for the real world. Like if I'm working on building a character and my supervisor says your topology is a little off, I guess that's one way where I can be like, okay, I gotta figure this one out on my own. So I see what she's doing there. I respect that. She's just helping me get better, I guess. I'm gonna tell you that there's a problem, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You gotta find it. So I understand that. You're training me to become a better modeler. I get that. I guess it was just a question thing that she just never got back to me. That just kind of bugged me about her. Other than that, she was all right. I'll give her that. So that's basically Project and Portfolio 1 in a nutshell. Now, on to the second class I'm taking. That's a personal branding class. I don't know how many of these there are during the Full Sail program, but it was pretty simple. Here's what happens. There's this one tab, you open it up. All you have to do is download some documents and click Mark as Completed, automatic 95 in the class. And then there's a test with a few questions, maybe 5 to 7, I guess. I didn't count. And they're fairly simple. I missed like 1 or 2, and I got a 99.3 in the class. And I only spent about 10 minutes working on the entire class. I didn't read the documents I downloaded because I didn't have time, but I will be reading them very soon. So that's the second class you get. Very, very simple. That was my entire month. in a nutshell. So overall, in a nutshell, what can you expect from this class? You can expect hardly any real lectures. You're more of just watching short YouTube style videos that the instructor makes on how to use a certain tool or learn a modeling method. That's what you can expect in terms of lectures. In terms of assignments, they're just milestones. Week 1, you're turning in what you should have done for week 1, primary forms. Week 2, secondary. Week 3, UVing. Week 4, scene finishing in that big composition picture I put up here a few minutes ago. That's really it in terms of assignments. I don't know what your teacher's gonna be like. Maybe they'll respond to you in a timely manner. It's a fairly simple month. You are gonna have to spend quite a bit of time. I think total working on this month, it took me about 38 hours or so. It's really not bad in comparison to past modeling classes, 3DF and MCR. Looking at the stuff I made then, I'm like, dang it, why did it take me so long to make those? But I'm sure in like a few months, I'll look back on this assignment and I'll be like, why in the world did it take me 38 hours to do that? I can do that in like 12 now. At least I'm hoping that's what's gonna happen. Now, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the future of my Full Sail experience real quick. You could probably just end the video right now if you wanted to. If you're just looking for Full Sail information, end it right now. From here on out, it's me personally in Full Sail. Okay, so here's what's happening. Over this next month, I'm moving into an apartment. So I've requested a month off from Full Sail so that it doesn't affect my grades and my models that I'm turning in. What I did was I requested a month off, it got approved, so I will not be doing any Full Sail related videos for the month of July. Now on July 30th, I start back, and I believe my next class is Fundamentals of Art 2, DOS. From now till July 29th, I don't have any Full Sail related homework, so at the end of July, you will not see a Full Sail experience video. That's just what's gonna happen, but then in August, at the end of August, I should say, you'll see the Fundamentals of Art 2 video like this. Into September, you'll see the 3D animation video like this. Holy cow, it's gonna be awesome. I think during September and October, I'm in my first 2 3D animation classes. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. Dang it. I just wanna get into those classes. But I gotta go through Fundamentals of Art 2 right now. So yeah, that's what's going on. Like I said, no Full Sail videos this coming month. You're gonna see a bunch more art related videos, probably more drawing videos. I have to build a dog out of popsicle sticks. Stay tuned for that one. Hopefully that one will be uploaded next week. That'd be cool. So yeah, cool. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. If you made it this far, holy cow, you are determined to watch my video. I mean, I probably wouldn't even make it this long, so I really appreciate it. You guys are the real superheroes. It didn't even fit into anything I said here, but you know what? That's cool too. So, if you made it this far, awesome. Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna end the video before I overstay my welcome. But once again, thank you guys for watching. Now, if you would please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.